Marauders, welcome back to the Road to the Bad Batch. I'm just gonna get this one out of the way immediately here. We'll be talking about one of the most evil characters in all of the Clone Wars today. No, not him. Pong Krell. Yep, this video is all about the Umbara arc. Spoiler alert for the following episodes: Season 4, Episode 7, Darkness on Umbara, and Season 4, Episode 8, The General. Now, we're splitting this arc into two pieces, so we're just covering the first two episodes of the Umbara arc in this video. If you want to find part 2, just check the links below. Let's begin. The Republic is in the process of taking over Separatist-held Umbara. Obi-Wan and Anakin are going over their strategy before they are about to launch their ground attack. Anakin and the 501st make their approach to the surface and gunships, troops being deployed on foot and on ATRTs. The Umbarans put up a very strong defense immediately. There is heavy blaster fire on both sides as they press on, moving to capture a ridge to set up a staging area. Clone Trooper Hardcase trips over a vine, but it turns out to be a Vixus, a creature very similar to a Sarlacc. One trooper dies by being devoured by the Vixus, and Fives is grabbed next. Hardcase shoots the Vixus as Fives tosses a thermal detonator into it, killing it. They push on to claim the area beyond the ridge. Clone Trooper Dogma informs Anakin and Rex that all platoons have reported in. Anakin informs him to get some rest, and Dogma claims he isn't tired. Rex reaffirms that it's an order from the General, to which Dogma acknowledges and leaves to tell the others. Rex tells Anakin that Dogma is, quote, wound tight, but loyal. In the shadows, the Umbarans are watching the 501st troops from behind. One Umbaran releases a mechanical device, a millicreep droid, to attack the troops on the ridge. A few are electrocuted by the droid, and it causes enough of a disruption for the Umbarans to begin an open attack. Rex tells Anakin that he called it an airstrike and suggests that they move as well to avoid getting caught in the blast. Anakin acknowledges the suggestion and immediately orders all troops to move off the ridge. The troops make it all off the ridge to a safe position, and two Y-Wing bombers fly over the ridge, completely bombing the area where they just were. Everything is silent for now as the gunship lands, dropping off Jedi General Pong Krell. Pong Krell informs Anakin that the Jedi Council has requested that Anakin is to return to Coruscant, per request of the Supreme Chancellor. Anakin argues that he can't just leave the 501st in the middle of this battle, to which Krell says he'll assume command of the 501st in Anakin's absence. Anakin introduces Rex to Krell, saying that he is his first in command and one of the finest and most loyal troopers. With that, Anakin leaves on the gunship. Rex tells Krell that it's an honor to be serving with him, and Krell immediately belittles Rex, saying that he finds it amazing a clone can recognize the value of honor. The 501st marches on. Krell orders them to pick up the pace. Rex suggests to Krell that they should make camp for a while, as they've been keeping a steady pace for 12 hours now. Krell does not agree with him, saying that the men do not need rest, and refers to Rex as his designation, CT-7567, instead of by his name. Rex continues to argue, politely, on behalf of the 501st, saying that they need a break, and reminds Krell that even though they're in rough conditions, they still are making good time overall. Krell admonishes him for not adjusting to his strategies, claiming that if the 501st fails in their objective, the entire Republic occupation of this planet will fail. Krell orders Rex that they are going to attack the city by traveling on the main route. While they're making their way down the route, the troopers all express distaste for the plan. Pong Krell is noticeably not among the front line of this group, but has stayed behind to lead from the rear. As the group moves up the main road, mines are set off and the Umbarans attack from seemingly all sides. Rex orders a retreat of all the forces, and the 501st falls back to where Pong Krell and any remaining forces were. Krell refers to the clones as feeble-minded. When the blaster fire ceases, Krell admonishes Rex by calling him defective in front of the entire unit. Fives points out that Rex saved the entire platoon by ordering the retreat of forces. Krell pulls his lightsaber on Fives, ordering him to stand down. Rex defends himself by saying that he followed all of Krell's orders even though he disagreed with them. He also reminds him that not only does he have to remain loyal to his commanding officer, he also needs to protect his own men. Men, not clones. Krell agrees he's not like Anakin and he has his own way, and recognizes that Rex has the 501st respect. Krell also refers to Rex by his name finally, and not his designation number. Just after this brief moment, Umbarans mount another attack on the group. The Umbarans are attacking the 501st both with ground forces and with fighters in the air. Obi-Wan calls Krell via hologram and informs him and Rex that there is an Umbaran airbase nearby, which is resupplying the city. While scoping out this airbase from above, Krell immediately decides that they are going to attack the base in a full forward assault. Rex advises that they should do some recon before an assault like that, to which Krell reminds Rex that Obi-Wan literally said they were counting on them and they don't have time for recon. Rex delivers the plan to the rest of the troops, and the men are not in favor of this reckless plan. Fives also points out that even though Anakin's plans are reckless at times, at least he's leading the attack from the front and not from the rear like Krell. Fives brings up Krell's statistics, saying that more troopers have been killed under his command than under anyone else. Rex tells him that it's just the price of war, and it's their duty as soldiers to follow orders and lie down their lives if needed. Fives questions it, asking if it's what Rex really believes or if it's what he was engineered to believe. Rex says he honors his own code. That's what he believes in. The 501st launches a full forward attack like Krell ordered onto the airbase. As they make their approach, Umbaran impeding assault tanks, these giant bug-like tanks, emerge from underground in a surprise attack. The troops quickly learn that the tanks are ray-shielded as regular blasters are having no effect. Rex diverts some rocket launchers to the front and they take out one tank. They all regroup and set a trap with thermal detonators and rocket launchers at the ready and then take out the remaining tanks. This entire time, Pong Krell watches from a high vantage point. Rex and the other soldiers continue on, making their way through the now decimated area with the tanks and taking out any remaining Umbarans along the way. Clone Medic Kix blasts a few Banshees away from eating fallen clone soldiers. The silence doesn't last long, as the Umbarans are on the offensive again, but this time with Umbaran mobile heavy cannons. Rex orders his men to retreat. Krell, observing from above, hollows Rex and asks why he is retreating. Rex asks for reinforcements and Krell orders him to push on instead. The remaining troops with Krell are holding a different position. Rex goes on to fulfill Krell's orders and the other clones hold the discussion, but without any other options they're forced to proceed with Krell's plan. The Umbaran tech is way more advanced than they were anticipating. Rocket launchers are not working on these tanks and the clones are falling in battle way too quickly. Medic Kix can barely pull troopers with non-fatal wounds off the battlefield. Rex sends Fives and Hardcase on a stealth mission on their own to infiltrate the base. Krell asks for a report and admonishes Rex for acting without approval to send the two soldiers as scouts. Fives and Hardcase sneak into the Umbaran base by climbing a nearby tree and hopping the electric fence. The two troopers steal two starfighters during this time. The two of them are definitely not pilots, but they make their best attempt at blowing up the other ships. Fives and Hardcase make their way back to the battle where Rex is and take out the Umbaran tanks from the sky. The 501st now occupies the Umbaran airbase. Any remaining Umbarans are captured. Krell attributes Rex's actions to luck, and Rex reminds Krell that a lot of soldiers died to make this achievement. Krell only sees it as the price of victory. Obi-Wan calls Krell, giving him an update. They're experiencing difficulty taking the capital. Krell uses the Umbaran tech to take the transmission, but the transmission is cut short from a jammed signal. A separatist supply ship in orbit over Umbara is causing this. Krell orders that the 501st will be moving out to support the 212th in their attack on the capital. In prepping to leave, the 501st soldiers are learning the Umbaran tech and complaining about Krell's tactics. Dogma thinks Krell knows what he's doing, and they should stop questioning every little thing. Jesse thinks that Krell is so set on victory, he doesn't care how many lives are at stake. Fives claims that Krell is out of control and has no respect for clones. Rex agrees with his men, but reminds them that they don't have another plan. But wait, we're not out of the jungles of Umbara just yet. This arc had a lot more than we were expecting to unpack in terms of information, and we need a part 2. Check the links below to finish the Umbara arc with us.